Hello everyone, I'm John Higgins. This is PNG Tonight. Coming up, passion, the central core in the life of Sir Mick Nandes, the founder and chairman of Premier Learning Institution IBS. He turns 70 tomorrow and his passion is still strong towards education. And PNG still remains a very attractive investment for foreign investors. The year of education for the Institute of Business Studies, IBS, in 2016 begins shortly. It's a private institution started by its chairman, Sir Mick Nandes. As an accountant nearly 30 years ago, Sir Mick said he had a calling to impart his knowledge to the rest of Papua New Guinea. Today, IBS is one of the most respected and sought-after higher learning establishments, turning out big numbers under the banner of quality education. I talked to the chairman. Sir Mick, thank you for your time coming on to the program.
It's a pleasure, John.
Okay. IBS, from a humble beginning, I think, in your quest to improve quality of education in Papua New Guinea, you started IBS some 27 years ago. Today it is among the premier institutions in the country, in the region. We'll go to the history of it a little later in the program. Okay. Let's talk about 2016. Intake, how is it? How is it going?
I think it's too early, John, at this point in time. I think we'll know that by the end of this month how the intakes are going to be. Okay. But a lot of interest are shown by the visiting prospective students, if you want to call it.
Okay. Yeah. So how many students are you looking at from diplomas, degrees, masters and all that stuff?
Yeah, we have had about 1,500 students, 1,000 in 6 Mile campus, and then our Mount Iriama campus doing strictly Australian degree program, about 500 or more. And also Wabak in Enga, yes. We had another 250 students. All up last year it's 1750 or thereabout. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a number. Yeah. And you have 3 campuses in this country. Not many people know that.
Yeah, that is true actually. Mm-hmm. That only for most people, some of them probably would know, I guess.
Yeah. That you have one at, is it on the road to Sageri?
Yeah, that's right. We call it Mount Iriama campus.
That's right, yeah. Yes. And then the other one
at here. 6 Mile where we
and the one in Enga.
That's correct.
Enga running into its second, third year now?
Now it is actually it's going to be the 5th year.
5th year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last year on the 6th of February we had the first graduation.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And that was for diplomas, was it, or was it?
No, for the degree, Bachelor of Degree.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You have any plans to diversify? I mean, Leh is another big area. People will think that that's the place to go after Port Moresby.
Yeah, but our operating strategy differs, John, that since Sir Peter Petas approached us in 2011, and that partnership is growing strength to strength. And since then, I think a couple of other governors also approached us. Yes. So we would like to actually go in partnership with the provincial government, creating that Vision 2050 public-private partnership, which is really good actually.
All right. Yeah. The vision is one thing, making available land is another, and helping with a bit of finance is the other.
That is true. It's going to be challenging actually. Sir Peter Petas actually doing very well on that.
He met the 3 criteria, I suppose, or 4.
Yeah.
Yes. Is any other governor showing a little bit more than just the interest?
I think yes, Western governor actually showing interest. Western provincial government, governor showing interest.
Okay.
And probably Hela province may be interested in it.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you're going to take off, I suppose. Okay. Diversifying, you are not just in PNG, but you also are affiliated, I think, to some universities, some establishments offshore. Please tell me about that.
Yeah, we have been affiliated with Southern Cross University in New South Wales since 1999. So that's 17 years completed. And we have been conducting their bachelor's program in accounting, business, human resources, marketing, and information technology.
Okay.
In addition to that, we have partnership with the University of Papua New Guinea, running their diploma program in accounting. Both partnership doing very well. And and we are looking forward to introduce our programs hopefully next year once we got that Department of Higher Education approval.
Yes, yes. But for the moment, you are seen as part of the Office of Higher Education right now. You're, excuse me, accepted as a credible, legitimate higher institution in the country.
Yes, you are right. They call it accredited higher education institution, and we got that status.
Well, all interesting. Okay, let's talk about your beginning. We promised we would talk about your beginning. You had an accounting firm. You're an accountant by profession, and some 27 years ago you were an accountant there. What made you go into learning and teaching?
That's an interesting question, John. That when I left Octady, and as you probably know, that I was one of the senior management build that mine, and I was a controller over there, and I started my accounting firm, ran it for 10 years until I turned 50 years.
Okay.
And I don't know how many of you believe this one. I found my calling.
After
forget about
50
accounting.
years,
At 50, although it may be late, but never late. So I found my calling that let me educate our fellow Papua New Guineans, and that's how it all started. So.
Okay. So educating Papua New Guineans in accounting, or I mean, you of course are into other areas as well, but accounting in the first instance.
Accounting in the first instance, that's why we started it, John. But I like to actually stick with what I know, so that's why we run only the business programs. Like I said, that all business programs, including IT, and of course we will probably later on add on law degree and other associated business areas. Sort of thing.
Okay. But in the 27 years history of IBS. Did you develop it yourself? Did you get any assistance from friends, from government, from stakeholders?
I think I must admit that I was doing it alone, but a couple of years ago, the Honorable Prime Minister Peter O'Neill donated 1 million kina towards the Mount Riama campus. The last year, he promised $500,000, and then he gave that one also. So that's helping to put up a building over there, an iconic building, if you want to call it.
Okay. All right, let's talk about it. What is it? Is it a classroom, or is it just a kind of a symbol, a statement of IBS?
The building is called a Center of Excellence building.
Okay.
And we have a sister company called IBS Center of Excellence. And you might know that in every country there's a Center of Excellence institution. So we want to actually run that. That is basically running professional training programs. And outbound training program has become very popular in Papua New Guinea since 2003. We have put more than 2,500 people in the base programs called team building.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So it appears that Prime Minister O'Neill and this government has given you some money. What about previous governments? Have they?
Well, all the politicians, whether they are in the government or opposition, I think they respect me for what I am doing in this country. Sure. But obviously, that stopped there. And Prime Minister, of course, was a practicing accountant, as I was those days. So
was it a little bit of emotional attachment then?
I would say so. And also, Prime Minister, when he was the Minister for Public Services, during some events, he said that he really admired what I am doing in IBS. So probably you can rightly say that there's some emotional attachment.
All right. Well, as a higher learning institution in this country and not going away, I might add, will you seek continuous or a steady flow of government assistance?
I would actually like, in fact, alluded the Prime Minister that I would like the government actually fund IBS buildings, and for which probably we can give a scholarship to the government employees. By that way, actually, he said it becomes part government and part privately owned. And extending this private-public partnership to the fullest extent.
Well, that's interesting. What's the reaction?
I think obviously he didn't expect that one, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm sure he's thinking about it. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, education is one of the pillar policies of the government today and will be for as long as they're in, so...
That's right.
Hopefully it'll come good. The interview with Sir Mick Nanders, the founder and chairman of IBS, continues after this break.